The Stanford Prison Experiment. Who do you become when you have power? Imagine, you are in a prison, but you are not a criminal. In fact, it's not even a prison. It's an experiment set up in the basement of a university. So, how can ordinary people suddenly turn into ruthless guards or helpless prisoners? Today, I'm going to tell you about one of the most controversial experiments in the history of psychology. The Stanford Prison Experiment. In 1971, Stanford University psychologist Philip Zimbardo designed an experiment to understand how human behavior changes in the face of authority and power. The aim: to observe how people behave when playing the role of a guard or a prisoner. Who were the participants in the experiment? Zimbardo placed an advertisement in the newspaper. Participants in an experiment simulating prison life will receive $15 per day. From the applicants, 24 healthy and normal male students were selected. Random assignment. 12 became prisoners. 12 people became prison guards. Zimbardo took on the role of prison warden. The guards were told to be tough but fair. However, it was emphasized that they should not use violence. Prisoners were given numbers instead of names to isolate them from their personalities. On the first day, everything was normal. But from the second day, things started to get out of hand. The guards started to oppress the inmates. They humiliated them, imposed harsh rules and punishments to reinforce authority. Prisoners were removed from their beds, forced to undress. Some were even denied the right to use the toilet. Although the guards did not physically abuse the inmates, they used psychological pressure to force them into total submission. Prisoners revolted. Some tried to resist the guards, but as the pressure mounted, they began to break down psychologically. One inmate was removed from the experiment after just 36 hours because he showed signs of severe stress and crisis. Should Zimbardo and his team have stopped the experiment at this point? But no. The experiment was supposed to last 2 weeks, but it had to be stopped after only 6 days. And why? The psychological pressure of the guards reached a dangerous level. The prisoners experienced extreme stress and fear. Even Zimbardo began to feel like part of the experiment. Finally, Zimbardo's colleague Christina Maslach said, "How can you do this?" And the experiment was stopped. The Stanford Prison Experiment showed how human psychology can change in the face of power. Power and authority can make people ruthless. Social roles can rapidly change our personality. Psychological pressure can push individuals to their limits. The experiment was so influential that it reopened the debate on human rights in prisons. However, it has also been heavily criticized from an ethical point of view. Was the experiment ethical? Participants experienced severe psychological stress. The experiment lasted much longer than it should have been stopped. Even Zimbardo admitted that he was too involved in the experiment, saying, "I lost myself." Today, this experiment is recognized as unethical and forbidden to be repeated. What do you think this experiment says about human nature? Do people really change when they have power? Do you think the guards behaved this way because they were really bad, or did the system make them bad? Don't forget to share your ideas in the comments. If you like this kind of psychology experiments, subscribe to the channel and don't miss the next videos.